listening to what's happening with Instagram right now, with Meta and AI, and how, as an app by itself, it works by promoting more video form content than image form content, it's only natural to ask yourself, is Instagram the best for me as an artist? Can I grow an Instagram account as an artist? Can I still just simply post my art, or do I have to conjure up a whole GTA Subway Surfers type edit as a reel just to grab someone's attention? Don't feel alone. We that have actually been on the app for a while are asking the same questions. Like myself as an artist, Instagram isn't what it once was and has truly changed over the years. A lot of what I say in this video is based off personal experience, my experience as an artist on Instagram. This is just a sketch and rant, so just take it as that. But even so, I hope this video is able to help you out in some way in figuring out what it is you're trying to do with Instagram. So throw this video up somewhere and grab some snacks, or throw it in the background as you work or draw or something. As long as it's playing, it's all. As a young artist that started taking drawing a little bit seriously, I wanted to share the art that I created while connecting with artists like me and fellow artists I look up to. At the time, what was better than Instagram? Not only was it made for the intent of sharing images with others, this is somewhere everyone wants. Like, imagine if you're trying to get someone's context, and if that person didn't have a phone, or if that person didn't really want to give their phone just yet, they'd give their Instagram. At the time, I was starting out as an artist, so all I did was fan art. I got used to posting them weekly along with art challenges and was able to build somewhat of an account. You know those key steps that I always taught to build an account as an artist? We've all heard them at least once. Post weekly, post fan art, use hashtags, tips to hack the algorithm. So doing this definitely helped me in growing my account and audience and in improving as an artist. At the time, looking at the progress I had, I was like, I bet. This motivated me to keep going, keep the grind. Thing is, looking back now, just sticking to this the way I did, I didn't really give myself the time to actively learn and grow as an artist and develop more of my own artistic taste. So yeah, at the time, what helped me build somewhat of an Instagram account was drawing a lot of fan art, taking part in a lot of art challenges, and posting weekly. I remember, like, for a number of months, I don't even know, it was like 4 or 5, but like a number of months, back to back, every week there was an Instagram post from your boy. Then came the time where Instagram started to change a bit. As a strategy to compete with TikTok, Instagram created Instagram Reels, and it became the one thing that every account started posting. TikTok was such a big threat, Instagram wasn't the only one trying to compete. YouTube was doing the same thing with YouTube Shorts. But anyway, with Instagram to compete with Twitter as well around the same time, it created Threads, which honestly wasn't really doing that much. I remember the time when Threads just became a thing and everyone thought it would be the one thing to bring Twitter or X down to its knees. You know what? I'm still calling it Twitter. I'm not calling it what it is now. I did try to start calling it X, but it wasn't working. Hey, yo, Elon, listen here, buddy. You are a man that not only has, but is doing a lot for humanity, and that's impressive. We respect you, your work ethic, and majority of your accomplishments. A true inspiration to the youth. But the new name and design is not cutting it. Bring back what was. But anyway, everyone thought that Instagram Threads would be the one to end Twitter, just for it to die out almost immediately. Like, to be honest, I don't even know anything about Threads right now. At the time of its boom, I downloaded it to start using it, but I didn't start using it. I think it's somewhere on my phone. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually building up to something or not right now. Like, if you still use Threads, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if it's actually doing something. Yeah, it's around this time where for many artists, it got harder and harder to continue growing an Instagram account. Tricks like using hashtags were tricks that really used to work. Like before, if you were trying to look for art that used a specific hashtag, you had the ability to see top art, top images that were really doing well using the hashtag, and the ability to see newly posted art, newly posted images that were using the hashtag. Even though the newly posted art was not doing as well as the top art, this allowed the newly posted art posted by smaller art accounts to really get that exposure, allowing them to grow. Now you can only see top art. That's already a lot less exposure. What also made it difficult to grow on Instagram was Instagram having our content, whatever we post on our accounts, mainly be pushed to our followers, accounts that already follow us, instead of sharing it with newer accounts. But I want to be clear though, this shouldn't be the main focus you should have as an artist. Even at that time, I sort of knew, listening to other accomplished artists, I knew that having the growth of an Instagram account shouldn't be the main focus. You should instead focus on yourself and your growth as an artist. But even without having the Instagram account growth as the focus, this is something I still feel like I couldn't help but notice the numbers I get before and the less numbers I get now with better looking art. Like, how does that work? Like, something ain't right. I don't know. You shouldn't have the number of likes underneath your art as a focus. This can get unhealthy quickly. But I'm also trying to get a little bit of exposure, you know. At least show the art, or have the ability to have the art seen by many others to get that exposure, you know. Think about an artist with a business, you know. They would need that exposure to be able to get more clients, you know what I'm saying? It's also around this time where Instagram became a little too lenient with some posts, sometimes even promoting these type of posts. There were so many accounts, some of which that I used to follow, that changed to basically posting what do the YouTubers say nowadays? Corn? Prawn? They basically changed to posting softcore prawn. Like, bro, there are kids on this app. And I want you to listen to me right now. Even though this did happen, it's not completely unavoidable. That's not how the algorithm works. The algorithm
shows you videos that you interact with. What? You're horny, yeah.
So if that's still on your feed, just tell us the truth, buddy. And don't get me started with the Instagram real comments. Like, you know, they're just some things you should just keep to yourself. Keep to your sick, nasty. Let's take a second and think about it. It's moves like these that these apps make that in the end leave us with multiple apps that work in the same way, that are used in the same way. Like, what's the difference? They only have a few things that keep them apart. And even though I did mention YouTube earlier for doing the same thing, I like how it still keeps itself different from the rest. You see, the way YouTube competes with other apps, it learns from other apps and still does what it does best by tying YouTube Shorts to its long video form content. Having the ability to link a longer video to a few shorts so that people watch the longer video after being pulled in by the short is something that in a way makes YouTube stand out. Me, as someone who lives, I follow Sam Sulek and like to watch his content, both his longer videos on YouTube and the short/reels that I find often. His longer, unedited videos give that break from the overstimulating short form content, and it just feels relieving, you know? Still including what it does best with longer form videos as an app, YouTube still does well and keeps its identity standing out from the rest. This is something that Instagram should have done with its picture format style. But that's just me, I guess. So around this time, to try to keep growing my account, I just started creating more video form content, posting time lapses of my art with a little bit of background music or something, you know. But looking back, keeping to the steps and methods of growing an art account at the time was especially in the way of my personal progress as an artist. It's around this time where I started gaining an interest in character design. I even changed my bio to call myself that, a character designer. But there was just one problem. I can't call myself a character designer if all I did was fan art. Like, you can't call yourself, how do you call yourself a character designer when you don't even design any characters? All you do is fan art. The most I would do were character sheets of existing characters. That's why it took so long for me to actually completely design my first original character. Oh, you don't know anything about Ayato? Don't even worry about it. I got a video up. Make sure to watch it if you have not. It's astonishing looking at the development of technology over the years. Not only that, but how accessible some of the technology is nowadays. In the past, the software couldn't handle some of the tasks that we given. Nowadays, it can handle almost anything with use of AI. And it's actually kind of crazy looking at what it can do It's only natural some of us got scared. Have you not seen Detroit become human? When will we learn our lesson? When will we learn? But it was advertised by developers and those working on it not as something to replace us, but rather as a tool that helps us with low level tasks and the production of content. Which, if you think about it, on paper, that makes sense. The work it creates right now still needs some correction, but us, especially as artists and designers, can use it to cook up some crazy mood boards just to get the idea of what we're designing. I'm not the only one who thought we could use it to create turnaround sheets for the characters we design. We could at least refine whatever work it gave us. Turnarounds are not easy. Getting the proportions of the pose correctly can be a hassle sometimes. It's crazy some of the tricks that some artists would use for their character turnaround. Matter of fact, let me show you a trick I use to get my character turnaround. And that's what I do. I mean, it ain't the best. I still gotta refine it a little bit and draw the actual design on top of the post, but it for sure helps out. It makes sense for AI to be that one thing that helps out with processes like these. So AI as a tool should have been received well. But as we know, that's currently not the case. What I say here is research I've done watching other YouTube videos, mainly watching other YouTube videos on the matter, on the topic. This is something I also stress about, but I implore you to do your own research and have a proper understanding of what's happening with AI currently. I got the videos that I watched linked in the description. A lot of what I got to say comes from Instagram's recent decision to have AI scrape images and art from all accounts on the app to train AI. This is something that they automatically opt you into, and you have to opt out with a valid opt request if you don't want to be involved, which is already strike one. Because think about it, looking at the way the opt out request is set up, you have to prove that your art's been stolen. Why do I got to prove that to you to opt out? First of all, I don't know who's out there stealing my art or who has stolen my art. Second of all, it's my art. You acting like it's yours. That's strike number two. What makes it worse is that the opting out doesn't even work. You're told that the request was denied because there isn't proof that your art's been stolen or that it's just failed. That's still right number three. The only places where requesting to opt out was successful or where Instagram didn't even try to opt you in are in areas with stricter ownership rules, like the EU. Now I can see what they're already trying to do. You want to tell me that you don't find that
suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
You probably may also know what's happening with Adobe right now, with their updated terms and conditions of use. They're doing the same thing. They're having AI learn off of the content you create using their software, saved on the cloud or on your own PC. You are not safe. They tried coming back to say that it's definitely not doing that, but rather having AI learn from licensed content instead. But there's many YouTube videos out there right now that do a better job at showing that this is just another instance where Adobe uses mental gymnastics to hide their true intentions. The actions of Adobe have angered so many over the years that even big dogs like the US government had to step in, who are now suing Adobe. Do you know how many artists were happy hearing this? As artists, we're winning. I used to dream of days like this. I don't even use that much Adobe software, but this does put a smile on my face. If big guys like Adobe getting sued, hey yo Zuckerberg, let's riso me bro. Keep this up and you're next. I'm sure you guys have also heard of a new app for artists, Cara, created by... I got respect for you. I'm not gonna try that, for I might risk butchering your name. Z-Motion, a photographer that had a court case against someone convicted of plagiarism and won. Which, when you look at the plagiarism in question, don't get me wrong, we're all happy for her and the W she's acquired. But it's sad that such a case had to be made. Look! What's the difference? Cara is a social media platform created for artists to share their work without having to fear it being stolen or scraped by AI. There's no AI on that app to scrape your art. It's also an app that we as artists have been looking for, an app that we can share our art with our community, and see art from others that we like and follow. I can't really say too much about Cara right now. It's still in its early stages. This isn't an easy feat for her. She's doing this with a small team out of her pocket. But looking at where it is right now, it's still very impressive. It recently, at the time of this recording, just achieved not one, not two, but 300,000 users. Can we clap it? But let's not get this misconstrued. Even though there's progress with Cara, it's not replacing Instagram. Like, it's good to have Cara to share art with each other and to have that community. But other than artists, who else are you going to find on this app besides fans and art enthusiasts? Like I said before, many artists nowadays are business owners that sell to people that most of the time are not artists or fans. So on some level, Instagram is still needed because of how big it is and how many people that are not artists but still like art use it. So does that mean artists like these have to risk their art being scraped just to get reach to clients? What if I told you there's a way to still post on Instagram while protecting your art from AI? A software that gives a covering, a layer of protection to your art and poisons AI that try to scrape and steal from you. A software called Wait, hold up. Really? That's what it's called? Nah, I bet. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Double Empire, to cover your art with that layer of protection, you gotta glaze your art. My bad, guys. It was a joke. With software like Glaze and Nightshade, your art can be shared and protected from AI. It's been tested on art that wasn't glazed and art that was. As you can see, the glazed art had the AI tripping. I honestly never thought something like this could be made. Like I said before, the progression of technology is astonishing. Social media and how we use it has greatly changed over the years. To answer the question or questions I asked in the beginning of the video, I'm gonna have Master Tenzin answer that.
Change can be good or bad, depending on your point of view.
You see, it's quotes like these that make book 3 a personal favorite. But anyway, when deciding whether you want to have an Instagram account as an artist, it's up to you. You may just want to post art and join a community of like-minded people, of like-minded artists. Then Cara is the app for you. Make sure to follow me there. Or you may want to reach out to more than just artists with your art business. Then Instagram is the app for you. Make sure to follow me there. Or you may not even want to post art or what you do. Don't feel like you have to if you don't want to. Social media nowadays is filled with nasty people. Just nasty. So yeah, looking at myself right now, I still want to have Instagram as that account that I grow and get that exposure with, showing my art. But I'm not gonna let some of the key steps used to grow an account prevent my own personal growth as an artist. I'm gonna take the time to focus on creating more art as an artist. Over the years, I've followed these steps to creating and growing an Instagram account to a T without giving myself the time to really grow as an artist. I noticed this a while ago actually. If I continue this way, I would have left myself burnt out with somewhat of an account and art that I really wasn't proud of. I'm gonna stay on Instagram and continue to share my art and experiences to more than just artists, to artists, but also to more than just artists. I'm gonna also give myself the time to create and share more of what I want to do, not just to follow a step guide to building this account, but to share what I want to share with others and build a community. On some level, I can still keep to some of these steps needed to grow an account, so I can actually get a little bit of that exposure that comes with growing an Instagram account. Like, I don't have to post complete finished art every single week. Now I can post some sketches and works in progress here and there. But something I feel we all need to do is to fight as artists. We need to protect the art that we share on the internet, because what we create clearly has value. It's a self-expression that is valued by others. Getting it out there not only shares our experience and influence with others, but opens us to the influence of other like-minded people, of other like-minded artists, creators, designers. There are money hungry people out there that see how valuable it is to others to see this influence and choose to steal it from you and twist it in their way just to get a quick dollar. And we need to learn how to stop them from doing that. We need to protect our art from these type of people. It'd be the same type of people that be like, artists are selfish. They're gatekeeping art. Like, bro, go and find yourself an art store. Pick up a pen or pencil. Pick up an eraser as well. But if you're feeling brave, you can leave the eraser and draw. With this self-reflection, I look forward to my growth as an artist. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope this video was helpful in some way. Make sure to check out my other videos on the channel if you have not. But until next time, God bless. Double M out.